Okay, Shalom.
Shalom.
Giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Bakar Budash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation you Akim out there that puts this word in truth and in sincerity. Let me just say this. That coup d'etat that happened in Iran, that shit was a botched coup d'etat because once the Iranian government cut off the internet, that Elon Musk, Eurolink that he had with the internet that was spreading the bullshit was cut off, man. And then you showed the real thing of how the Iranian people was with the Ayatollah, and was with the government of Iran. They wasn't trying to do a overthrow. That was with the Mossad, which is the Israeli CIA, the American CIA, and MI6, which is the British CIA intelligence agency, was doing over there. But it failed miserably. And that's why Donald Trump called off the strikes on Iran. And the Mossad put the spirit on him to do that, because right now is not the time to have it, because prophecies have to come to pass. So they threatening Iran, but once that R&D microchip is implemented, then they're going to strike Iran, and then Russia will get involved. It's going to be total hell. Yeah, brother.
Zephaniah 1:14. The great day of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is near. It is near and hasteth greatly.
That great day of the Lord is a day of judgment, the day of wrath, the day of indignation, the day that the Lord is going to allow that assembly of great nations pursuant to Jeremiah 15:9 on down to 12 to shoot missiles off on America and Israel, them gutter rats, and destroy them. That assembly of great nations consists of Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, Pakistan, India, any nation that bend up the bow. Meaning, any nation that have nuclear capabilities. They're going to shoot missiles on America, even their own allies, such as Germany, Great Britain, and France. It tells you in the scriptures that that America's mother is going to be so confounded against them, man. Roughly paraphrasing it. Right. Yeah, brother.
Yeah, it's important to note that France is actually with Denmark in this whole, melee of America, the American Edomites wanting to infiltrate Greenland.
And they tried this shit in 1946, prior to World War II. Then it started escalating, but it died down because you had different presidents that was trying to buy Greenland or even take it by force. But it died down. So now you got Donald Trump trying to take it by force again, because he's that cruel Lord. So what's happening is Denmark is like, listen, they're part of NATO. Listen, we ain't gonna let it to happen. That's why it's showing you in the scriptures that they're gonna begin to hate the whore. Denmark, Greece, France, a lot of things that Donald Trump is doing, NATO is totally against, man.
That's right. And they're at a point where they are considering breaking away from the U.S., man. All right, that's the times that we're in. That's part of the day of the Lord coming to pass, man.
That's right.
All right, because America is going to be totally isolated by the time the thermonuclear war breaks out.
That's right. So back in Zephaniah, you got it more?
Yep. This is Zephaniah 1 in the middle again. I'll read it again. 1:14. The great day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
The voice of the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So his prophets out in the harbors and the byways telling you what's coming to pass. Telling you what's going to come to afflict you people. But you refuse to believe with the prophets because they're dark skinned. They look like so-called Negro men, but we Israelites. So a Negro man in the society of America has no respect. So when you see Negro men, Latino men, Native American men, and Issacharite men, which is a Mexican, telling you what's gonna come down the pipe, y'all don't want to hear it. Man, them niggas don't know what the fuck they talking about. Get a job. Our job is to tell you that America is gonna be destroyed. No man in Israel, mainly in Great Millstone, every man in Great Millstone got a job. If they don't got a job, they're looking for a job. And they're gonna be well taken care of by the men that got jobs. So we take care of our own, man. A man that's struggling, he gonna be taken care of, and he gonna find a way. But yeah, bro.
That's right. It says, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
The mighty men is Esau's military, man. They're going to cry there bitterly when they see these missiles coming about, man. Or when they hear the report of nuclear missiles has been shot off on America from multiple nations, man. The mighty men going to cry there bitterly, and they're going to shake in their boots. Yeah, brother.
That day, verse 15, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress.
A day of wrath and trouble and distress. The same. Yeah, bro.
No, go ahead. All right. It says, a day of wasteness and desolation.
The same thing that Joel said. A day of desolate. What's Joel, the 2nd chapter? A day of distress and wasteness and desolation. See, each prophets, they prophesy the same thing, but in their own words. You got to understand this. How can something that was prophesied and written over 2,500 years ago is coming to pass to this day? How the fuck is this happening if this Bible is not alive? This Bible has a spirit. How is it happening? How is it happening if the things written before was written for our learning? These scriptures, this Bible, is a spirit. It's alive. Yeah, brother.
Yep, just real quick. Jeremiah 30:6. Ask you now and see whether a man doth travail with child.
Shit, ask you now and see now if a man will prevail with child. A man struggling, being bitched out like a woman. And that's going to happen. During the time of martial law, it's going to happen during the time of martial law and great insurrection. You're going to see the tough guys become sweet bitches, man. You're going to see the guys that was modest and was not trying to cause any problem become the ones that are the problem. They're going to amp shit up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we see this coming to pass through ICE. These ICE agents are going around grabbing up Jake, which would do the spirit. That's what we're reading. We also in the time of the Lord bringing to pass Jacob's trouble, man. We in the times of Jacob's trouble. It just hasn't reached its peak yet.
I'm saying, what is it? Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, the 16th chapter, the 16th chapter, verse 70 on down, 68 on down. That burning wrath of a great multitude.
Mm-hmm.
That's them ICE agents, man.
Yeah, and they're going to transform into something more threatening.
Them Gestapo agents back in the 30s when Hitler was running things, man. Them Gestapo agents, man, running in your house, kicking your doors down, snatching you out, throwing you headfirst into a goddamn fucking bus, heading you off to a concentration camp. Modern day times, you're going to be headed off to a concentration camp to be fed with items, fed with things offered to idols.
Yeah, man. There's reports out there, people saying, "Oh, there's close your doors, keep they're here." You know what I'm saying? Stay inside. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because the threat of the ICE brigade, all right, is coming upon the cities of you you jakes that are in the inner cities, man.
That's right.
All right, they're hemming you up if you just have an accent, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, but guess what? It is what it is.
That's
got more, bro?
Yep. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail?
Oh, you know.
Yep.
Travailing. Oh, all in pain.
Yep.
All in anguish. Because what he's going through. But you ain't a real man because you didn't listen to the prophets. As you listen to the prophets, you won't be going to this shit. But you was a scoffer and a scorner on YouTube or TikTok. Mainly it's TikTok now. Mm-hmm. So now you gotta pay. The same must know after death by pain. You gonna know it. Nigga, woman. Yeah, brother.
And all faces are turned into paleness.
Because they all fucked up in the spirit.
That's right. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
And when that shit comes to pass, and we're in the time of Jacob's trouble now, we're not in the beginning stages, we're in the time of Jacob's trouble. 2026 is going to be a hell of a year, and it's beginning with a bang. Each year begins with a bang. 2026 is beginning with a bang. ISIS, not ISIS, ICE, they doing what they doing.
Right.
They taking down people, deporting them, killing people. They even killed it could be a psyop, but they killed the so-called Edomite woman. Yeah. That could be a psyop to get the people to uproar. Cui bono? Who benefits? It's a Latin word. Cui bono? Who benefits? Esau benefits. The so-called white man benefits off of all the bullshit that's coming down the pipe. And they're going to rectify it by bringing in a order. Order app chaos, man. Yeah, bro.
Yep. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
The only ones that are going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble are the elect. The elect started with the apostles. And I believe the apostle Tahar on down of my spiritual forefathers are the elect. Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakar, Apostle Ramlab. Those are our spiritual fathers. And I believe they're definitely a part of the elect. I'll be surprised if they're not. How much I will learn from the men, my spiritual fathers. I learned a lot from the men, my spiritual fathers. Yeah, bro.
Yep. Zephaniah, back in Zephaniah 1 and 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation. A day of wrath and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation. The same thing is recorded in the book of Joel. You want to get it real quick. Because the same thing is recorded in Zephaniah. Joel, another prophet, is saying the same thing. You see, these prophets, back in the days of old, they didn't understand what was going on, but they prophesied the same thing. Because they saw the same visions. But they gave their own account. Right now, starting with the Apostle Tahar on down, we know these prophecies, man. Get it, bro. Joel 2, right? And 1 and 2. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
And we blowing the trumpet. That trumpet is the scriptures, man. We bringing out the scriptures week in and week out, putting up videos, countless videos.
Yep.
So we blowing that trumpet in Zion. Zion is monument to Zion, which means monument, which are referring to you Negroes, and Spanish Native Americans, to remember yourselves, to come back to our deity, which is Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah, yeah, bro.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Yeah, the day of the Lord is coming, man. And we see all these prophecies coming to pass. We see what's happening in Venezuela. All the nations are looking at America sideways, but they don't want to deal with them because they got these different weapons that they don't want to deal with. Then you got what's going on in Ukraine, what's going on in the Gaza Strip. The Most High is working his magic. The Most High must have the host of the battle.
That's it.
So we see what's we see what's happening. We see what's going on. Isaiah the 34th chapter. It's plainly in view.
That's right.
Whether you want to hear or whether you want to forbear, pursuant to Ezekiel 3:17, we telling you what's coming out of these scriptures. And it's being played out right before your eyes. That's why you don't hear nobody scoffing and scorning no more. Because they see what we were saying is coming to pass. Look at the economy. Look at gold and silver. Silver, the last I looked, was $93 an ounce. When I started buying silver, it was $15 an ounce. When I first started buying gold, it was $99 an ounce. That shit right now is almost $5,000 an ounce for gold, $90 for silver. And I got a bunch of that shit accumulated throughout the years. That's not going to save me, but it's a hedge. It's a bottoming. It's a bottoming tool. Even so, that I don't care about that. I care about salvation. I care about being delivered. All that shit I invested. That don't mean nothing. Yeah, brother.
Verse 2: a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness.
What do you think that's talking about? Let's talk about thermonuclear destruction. Concentrated fire when Yahweh Shah cracked them skies. At the same time, he put the spirit on that assembly of great nations pursuant to Jeremiah 50:9. These scriptures add up. These scriptures coincide with each other, man. At the same time that assembly of great nations is coming up against America and its counterpart Israel, Yahweh Shah gonna crack them skies. You see?
Yep. It says, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, they have never been ever the like. Neither shall be any more after it.
It's not talking about great people. It's talking about nuclear missiles.
Right.
It's not talking about people. It's talking about an army of missiles that the Lord's going to shoot off, allowed to be shot off on America and Israel. That's what it's talking about. It's not talking about an army of people.
Neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
Because before America be destroyed, you got certain parts of America that's beautiful. Wyoming, Nebraska, certain parts of Hawaii, different parts of the land of America is beautiful. Vegetation, animals. But when all hell break loose, when that assembly of great nations shoot missiles off, it's going to be a flame of devouring fire. Before the missiles hit, it's going to be beautified. But after the missiles hit, it's going to be a desolate wilderness, man. It's going to be a desolate wilderness. And there's nothing you Edomites could do that could change it, you so-called white men. I don't care how much witchcraft you do, how many seances you do, because the Most High controls both sides. The Lord's going to tell them demons on the left-hand side, let them go. Don't fuck with them more. Don't give them more power. So I'm going to fuck them up. Because the Most High controls both sides. You don't think them demons listen to the Most High? Of course they do. He's the Father of spirits. He created every spirit. What was it? Wicked spirit or a righteous spirit? He created every spirit, so all them spirits going to obey Yahweh. That's it. So when he pulled back that power from you Edomites, man, that's it for y'all, man. What it says in Job chapter 20, how often is the candle of the wicked put out?
Mm-hmm. How often is the light of the wicked put out?
How often, roughly paraphrase, how often is the light of the wicked put out? The light of the wicked are the illuminated ones on the left-hand side, being empowered by Satan, starting with the Rothschilds on down, man. How often are the candles of the wicked put out? That's it right there. I think it's Job chapter 20.
Yeah, I'm in 20 right now. I'm just trying to look for it.
Or it could be 19 or 21. It could be it's within that range.
Let me look it up on my phone real quick. I'm not seeing it.
How often are the candles of the wicked put out? Who was the wicked? Malachi, the 1st chapter, the 4th verse. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Who controls everything right now, man? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Who is the wicked? Once again, Malachi, the first chapter, the 4th verse. How often are the candle of the wicked put out, man?
I got it, bro.
And that's the international banker, starting with the Rothschilds on down, the Illuminati, yeah, brother.
This is Job 21:17.
Oh, I said 20, it was 21, slacky.
It's all good. Job 21:17. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out? How oft cometh their destruction upon them?
Hey, very rarely, man. You got these Edomites like David Rockefeller, Brzezinski. They all live to a ripe age. 101, 102. You have this dude, one of the Rothschilds died recently. He was like 103. They live ripe old age, basking in their wealth. Meanwhile, you got Jake eating the portion of the food, barely living to see 60, barely living to see 70. Barely. So how often is the candle of the wicked put out? Very rarely, but the Most High got them in a trick bag, man. Because when you come back in the reincarnation, you're going to be a fucking slave. You understand what I'm saying? Are you comprehending me? So now I'm getting mad. And I don't want to curse, but when you come back in the reincarnation, your ass is going to be a perpetual slave. And I'm going to, if I'm part of the elect, and all Israel is going to be saved, I'm going to whip your ass hardcore and do things to you, take you and make you jump into a molten pot of gold. Jump into that shit, bitch. Meditating temples again, bro.
Yep, it says the Most High distributeth sorrows in his anger.
The Most High distributeth sorrows in his anger. Hey, we receive sorrows. Now it's your turn to receive the sorrows. Your sorrows are going to be perpetual slaves. And after 1,000 years, you're going to be Obadiah 1:18. That's just it. Yeah, brother.
Yeah, back.
We suffering that right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Them sorrows that the Most High distributed is coming upon Jake, but soon you're going to be getting them sorrows distributed upon you. Yeah, brother.
Yep. Joel 2:3 again. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
That fire that's going to be devoured before them is them nuclear missiles. And behind them a flame burneth. That's propelling of the nuclear missiles being propelled by fire. But when they reach this land, read, brother?
The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
You see that?
Yeah.
The garden, it's going to be like a garden of Eden before, because you got certain, like I said, you got certain parts of America that's beautiful. Nebraska, the Wyoming, Vermont, that's beautiful. Beautiful vegetation, animals. But once these missiles hit, it's going to be a desolate wilderness. It's going to be a desolate wilderness.
And it says, yeah, and nothing shall escape them.
And nothing's going to escape these nuclear missiles that's going to hit. Right along with the concentrated fire when Yahweh shall crack them skies, bringing death, destruction, and deliverance. And you got these nigger women talking shit on TikTok, talking about you're looking for a man, you're looking for a deity to crack the skies. You can't make this shit up, man. Talking about you gotta be a hustler, you gotta be a hustling Israelite.
Oh yeah.
Look for 6 figures.
Yep. Saw that one.
And she's, I mean, she don't know what she's talking about, man. She just a nigger woman running her fucking mouth. And I got something for you. I got something to put in your mouth, bitch. But I'm gonna keep it cordial. Yeah, brother.
Verse 4, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as a horseman, so shall they run.
It's talking about nuclear missiles that are sending great nations that's going to shoot those missiles off. You see, everything connects. Jeremiah 50:9, that are sending great nations, starting with Russia on down to its allies, and what Joel was saying. How the missiles, it's talking about, it seems like men, but it's not talking about men, it's talking about missiles. Yeah, brother.
Yep. It says, like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains
on the
shall
tops
they
of
leap.
these different governments shall they leap. The noise of chariots on the top of mountains, talking about these different governments that are similarly great nations shall they leap. And they're gonna come down upon Idumea, pursuant to Isaiah the 34th chapter, and its ally, which the number one ally of America is Israel. And you can't escape the judgment that's gonna come upon you, man. The only thing that separates Israel from America's gonna be a great desert forever. But Israel is gonna be built back up. Started with the host of the high ones, pursuant to Isaiah chapter 24, verse 19 on down. The Most High is gonna punish the host of the high ones, which is on high, which are the international bankers. And these different kings that's puppets upon the earth for the international bankers. You're not going to escape the judgment, man.
Says, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array.
As a strong people set in battle array. It's not talking about an army of men. It's talking about an army of missiles. ICBM, hypersonic missiles, ICBM missiles, supersonic missiles. That's what it's talking about. Hypersonic missiles, ICBM missiles, supersonic missiles. That's what it's talking about. Drones, whatever they're gonna come with.
Yeah, one of the leaders of China, I don't know what he is, what's his title, but his name is Victor Gao. And what he said was pretty much, we have a missile that we call 61. Because I think he said it's a hypersonic missile or a supersonic missile, one or the other.
It got to be hypersonic.
He said hypersonic, yeah.
Supersonic is lower than a hypersonic.
Okay, so he said it's a hypersonic missile that's able to hold over 60 warheads. Wow. Okay, and this one we call 61. You know what I'm saying? So this is what the Book of Joel is speaking about, man. And if you've seen that video I'm talking about, you'll know the sentiment that China has concerning America. He said, if you want war, then you're going to get war. You know what I'm saying? We might not be the first ones to shoot the shot to start the war, but we going to finish it, man. And you're going to be destroyed, man.
That's right. That's right.
This is the sentiment. This is the spirit that's in the earth. Pursuing the book of Ecclesiastes.
We're in the spirit of war.
That's it.
We're not in the spirit of peace. We're not in the spirit of mirth. We're in the spirit of war. And a lot of you niggas is going to realize that we're in the spirit of war. We're not in the spirit of peace. We're in the spirit of death and destruction. Yeah, bro.
Yup. This is verse 6, Joel 2. Before their face, the people shall be much pain.
Yeah. The armies of America, the armies of Europe, the armies of with these missiles being shot off at, they're going to be much pain.
All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war.
That's them talking about them nuclear missiles. They're going to be hitting every target. They're not going to fall out of the skies. Every target that's being designated to be hit, they're going to be spiritually guided by Yahweh, while Yahweh shine. They're going to be, guided by Esau's technology, but mainly by the spirit of Yahweh Shai. They're going to hit their targets. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. And they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks.
They're not going to get shot out the skies by these brigandines, by Esau's Iron Dome.
Yeah, Golden Dome.
Golden Dome. All that shit don't mean nothing. Because the Most High is going to spiritually guide these missiles. And these hypersonic missiles can't be detected. So they're going to get around the Iron Dome and any other missile defense system that you have.
Yeah, that was one of the things that Chinese ambassador or whatever he was, Victor Gao said. He said, "Look, man, it can't be detected. This missile, this weapon can't be detected by your defense systems, man."
And when it's finally detected, it's too late. Okay, little brother.
Yep. It says, verse 8, neither shall one thrust another.
They're not going to collide to each other. They're not going to hit each other, fall out the sky. No, they're going to hit their designated targets, man.
Right.
Whatever the Most High put the spirit on the missiles to hit, because he's going to spiritually guide them. And they're going to hit all their targets. And they're going to fuck America up and fuck Israel up in certain parts of Russia, certain parts of China, certain parts of Great Britain, certain parts of Germany. That's why it says the earth is going to roll to and fro like a drunkard. Because certain parts of the earth is going to get hit. But the earth is not going to be destroyed. It's going to be built back up by the slaves that the Israelites, started with the elect, but that spiritual power is going to impose upon the world when they come out of the New Jerusalem. You understand? Are you comprehending me? When New Jerusalem come out of them, cracking them skies, coming out of them chariots, they're going to impose their will upon the world. Brought up all the machinery that causes war and enslave the kings of the earth. They're going to be tossed in the pit, pursuant to Isaiah chapter 24, verse 19 on down, visiting the hosts of the high ones, and Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 14, serving Octavian employment. You're going to be perpetual slaves. And it's going to start with the elite bankers. Start with the Rothschilds. Yeah, brother.
Yep. And they shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
Because when it said fall upon the sword, talking about the missile defense systems that Esau got set up. They're brigadiers. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. Sorry, devil.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm not sorry. I'm saying sorry for you.
Yeah.
But happy for me. Because your world is ending and our world, starting with the apostles, is coming up.
Speaking of that, Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin, right? The Russian president, he just made a speech in so many words saying, look, if Trump keep going the way that he's going, it's going to be the end of the world.
End of Esau's world.
Exactly. As the scriptures say. For Esau is the end of the world.
2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. Verse 9.
All the way down.
That's right.
For Esau is the end of the world. Hey, that's the spiritual statement. Showing what times that we're in. What time are we in? We're in the time of Esau's rulership. But he's going down.
It's Esau's demise.
That's it, bro. That's it. His demise, bro. All right, so we go back to Zephaniah, right? Or let me see.
So we finished that, or we gonna go into?
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, hold up.
Let me see. I got something real quick.
All right, yeah, bring it up.
I'm bringing out a Bible dictionary.
Yeah.
And read it because it's going into the future prophecy of Esau, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. And if I could get it real quick.
Yeah, what you looking up? Edom?
Edom, yeah. You already know I was looking up. We always go through that scripture, to the reference, and bring out different.
I think it's what? I forget what.
I gotta find
57?
It because. Yeah, I gotta find it. I got it right now. Edom, I got it right now. But shit.
What page is it? 142. Okay.
142.
Okay.
Edom, the Edomites.
Yeah.
It says
right there.
Edom. It says Edomites. It says.
And tell them where you read it from, just in case there's somebody new.
The Zondervan Bible Dictionary.
Yeah,
it's different. Compact. It's kind of different, but it's upside down, so you got to read it different. But I'm reading from the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, and it says Edomites. It says red, the nation and the people who were the descendants of Esau. He founded the country. It says so. His name in the Damn, I can't. I'm getting old.
Yeah, you can't read it. Let me read it for you, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm getting old, bro. God damn, I can't see that shit right now, bro.
All right, so this is Edom, right? Edomites, the nation and his people who were descendants of Esau. He founded the country, so his name is equated with Edom. Right, Edom meaning red, right?
Okay.
The country was also called Seir, right?
Mount Seir, that's where they came from. That's the land that Most High gave them, Mount Seir.
That's right.
But they ain't gonna need that land no more because that's the south of Judah, and that's gonna be taken over by the Israelites. So I'm saying you're gonna be enslaved. You ain't gonna need that land. Yeah, brother.
Which was the name of the territory, Mount Seir, in which the Edomites lived.
They dwelt in that land, Mount Seir.
Yeah, that was their land that was given them. A mountainous region, by the way, just so you know, which is caves, okay?
Yeah, come. They was in them caves, you know what I'm saying? Because they used to them high mountains. Then when they went to the Caucasus Mountains, over in the reaches of Russia, they still kept that habitation. Yeah, brother.
I'm going to skip down.
Come.
This is all the way down. It says, Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments.
Isaiah the 14th chapter. Isaiah the 34th chapter. Jeremiah 50, 51. Jeremiah 49. We can go to all kinds of scriptures, man, to bring out the future prophecies of Esau, Edom, their demise. Zephaniah, we've been getting into. The book of Joel. Yeah, brother.
That was it on that. It tells you Isaiah 34 and 5. We can get that.
You want to get that?
Yeah, let's get that.
Because it's going into Isaiah the 34th chapter, man. Because, and it show you in the book of Isaiah that, and the Apostle Tahar was the first one that brought that out. And it opened my eyes that America's a great big altar. America's a great big altar. And everybody in it is a sacrifice. Except the elect. The 1/3. The men, the elect, 144,000, the 1/3, the men, women, and children. They're going to escape the judgments that the Most High is going to bring upon Babylon. Yeah, brother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Salakia. Before we read that. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High.
The Most High, Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. Why? Because Obadiah 1 and 10. The violence against thy brother Jacob. Shame have covered thee. You're going to reap the benefits of that shit when you get put into slavery. Everything you did to us, buck breaking, devil's doze, derby's doze, devil's punch bowl, derby's doze, everything you have done, buck breaking, raping our women in front of us, separating our families, you're going to pay for that shit. You're going to pay for that shit. You understand? Are you comprehending me? You're going to pay for that shit. And we got nothing but a deep hatred for you Edomites, man.
That's right.
Because you got a deep hatred for us. Despite what these nigger women say, despite what these effeminate Christian men say, we got a deep hatred for you motherfuckers. Because you got a deep hatred for us. How about that?
Yeah, the scriptures say that. Because the perpetual hatred.
And we know these things. So we know you got a deep hatred for us. We're not going to hate you. We're not going to hate you back. You hate me and persecute me, but I'm going to love you. Right. And I'm going to love him.
That's not balance.
That's fucking wicked, man. A forced abomination. A forced balance is the abomination against the Lord. That's a forced balance, man. It got to be a balance. You hate me, I hate you, bitch. Yeah, brother.
Isaiah 34 and 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
Heaven of who? The rulership of Esau. Heaven means rulership. The rulership of Esau, the so-called white man. Idumea. Yeah, brother.
Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
The Greek word for Idumea is Esau, Edom. You understand that? You comprehend. Look it up. How many times we brought these things out? Man?
Right.
So, you can't be lost. Ad nauseum. We brought these things out countless times. The apostles going back when they first got on YouTube. And before that, bringing these things out, man.
Before it, yeah.
So, ad nauseum. Yeah, brother.
And upon the people of my curse.
Who's the people of the Most High's curse?
Ooh.
Who was cursed from during the time of Genesis? Was it not Esau, Edom, the so-called white man?
Yeah, beginning with Cain.
Cain, when he killed his brother, when he slew his brother, he got cursed with the curse of with the sign of leprosy. And when earth was destroyed by the flood, every spirits come back in their same form. He was wicked. He came back through Isaac and Rebekah, and he had leprosy of the skin. There's nothing wrong with, and then you had this nigga woman saying that I never heard in my life two twins, one coming out light skin, one coming out white, one coming out dark skin. You's a fucking stupid bitch. You don't know.
Yeah, you're ignorant. You have no idea.
Cause there's plenty of cases of that shit.
Straight up.
You that's hell bent on saving Esau, the so-called white man. And you join hands in hand with that nigga. He's the new nigga. You're gonna perish with that nigga. So live with your nigga and die with your nigga. Yeah, brother.
That's what's gonna happen. And upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Who's the people of the Most High's curse to judgment? The wicked. Malachi, the 1st chapter, the 4th verse. Who run the world now? Who's in control of the world and all their resources? Esau, the so-called white man. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Job 9:24. We're not telling you these things. We come out of the scriptures, man. We're not telling you our own opinion. We come out of the scriptures, man. We telling you, man. We telling you. Whether you were here, whether you were forbear, pursuant to Ezekiel 3:17, we telling you. Because we don't want your blood on our hands. So we're going to tell you what's coming down the pipe. Whether you were here, whether you were forbear, it's not our matter. As long as we told you, we wash our hands with you, man. That's why the Lord told Jeremiah, pray not for these people, man.
Right.
Don't pray for these niggas, man. Why are you trying to save these niggas that don't want to be saved? That's conspiring against you. And back then they was conspiring against Jeremiah. Right now they're conspiring against the men of the Lord right now. Talking shit, calling us pedophiles, lying against us, all kind of shit, man. The same shit back then was happening now, man. Yeah, brother.
Yep, verse 6. The sword of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of the kidneys of rams.
That's a metaphor for everybody that's in America that's going to perish by the way of thermonuclear destruction. The ultimate sacrifice, the altar is America, and the sacrifice are you people in America. Are you understanding? Are you comprehending? Everybody, America is a great big fucking altar. And all the animals, the cats, the dogs, the people, the buildings, the elements, the horses, the elephants, the tigers, the lions, the bears, everything is going to be a great big sacrifice on that altar, including you wicked ass people. The fishes of the sea, because the Most High is going to dry up the waters, and they're all going to perish. You see, then the time of Noah, the Most High preserved the sea creatures and drowned the people. But now the Most High is going to use thermonuclear destruction that's going to drop oceans and kill off whales and sea creatures, as well as people, and as well as animals, as well as trees. The Most High is going to have great indignation on this earth, man. Yeah, brother.
Yeah. And it says, for the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra.
Modern day Basra is the capital city of Edom. Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white man. Esau, Edom, the so-called capital of America, the so-called capital of Esau is modern day Basra is America. Yeah, brother.
And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
And a great slaughter in the land of the Edomites. The Idumeans are the modern day Greeks, are the Greek way of saying Esau, Edom.
That's right.
It's going to be a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And there's nothing you could do about it, man. You cannot fake the funk. I don't care how much you try to get Jake that's butthurt because you butthurt to try to come up against us. There's nothing you could do to change the prophecies that's going to come down upon your red asses, man. You're going to have to pay. Like we paid, we drunk up that cup, you're going to drink up that cup. But you're going to drink the dregs of the cup. And you're going to drink it double. You understand? Are you comprehending me?
I got you. Chapter 63 now. Because it lines up perfectly. Who is this that cometh? This is Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra?
That's Yahweh Shah. Cracking them skies and bringing death, destruction, and deliverance. That's right. Death and destruction. So 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans that was joined hand in hand with Esau, and the death and destruction to the rest of the nations, man. Esau and the rest of the nations dwelling in America. Punishment is coming. Yeah, brother.
This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Which is them chariots, man. When he crack them skies, he going to bring death, destruction, and deliverance, man. Traveling in his strength. Yeah,
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Yahweh Shai.
That's Yahweh Shai, man, talking,
you know
man.
What I'm saying?
If you want to speak, bro, I ain't got to speak, man.
It's all good. Yeah.
But what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the bamper so you can just hold it down.
Okay, all right, good.
Use the bamper.
Yeah, this is talking about Yahweh Shai, man. It said what? It said, traveling in the greatness of his strength, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Because that's the name of our Lord and Savior as it is already defined in his name. Yahweh Shai, deliverer, man. All right, this is who we praise and worship. All right, through the spirit of Yahweh. All right, who is our Father. Okay, so this is the words that we're speaking. We're speaking the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, not our own. All right, and this is what we telling you, devils, you Edomites, as according to as it is written. All right. It says, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine vat. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what's going to happen according to prophecy to Esau Edom's rulership. All right. The wine vat represents a place where you would put the grapes that you would stomp to make wine. Well, these people are going to be made like unto them grapes, all right, by the Lord to be stomped out, all right, to be judged. All right, let's get Jeremiah 4:7 and see what that says.
I'm not back, man.
You good?
Just use the bathroom.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm going to get Jeremiah 4:7 and see what that says real quick.
Yeah, man, because, you know, the Most High is finna do something real terrible in the land of America. He's going to show that his name in the ancient world was called Alashaya. He demon-like power. He's going to show that terrible demon-like power that he showed in the ancient world. He's a power that hides himself. Right now, he's hiding himself. And Esau thinks that he's on the same page with the Lord Yahweh. But he's not. Because the Most High is not dealing with no wickedness, man. He deal with both sides. He allow you to do what he's doing. But them demons are giving you power because the Most High is allowing them demons to give you power. But soon the Most High is going to tell them demons, stay now in that hand. Don't give them no more power. I'm going to fuck them up.
This is Jeremiah 4:7, right?
Yeah, come.
The lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way.
That's right. Who's the lion? Is Yahweh Shah. And the destroyer of Gentiles is Yahweh Shah, man. And he's on his way.
He is gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate.
He's gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate. Isaiah the 63rd chapter, right? Who was that? Come from Basra with Guy Dominance. Roughly paraphrasing it, man.
Mm-hmm. And thy cities shall be laid waste without an inhabitant.
And our city shall be laid waste without an inhabitant. What's going to happen? Thermonuclear destruction and concentrated fire from them chariots, man. We're not making this up. This is not our word. These words come out of the Bible, man.
Exactly.
We tell you, man, these words that's coming out of, and look, this Bible is a live book, man.
That's right, bro.
Let's get this right straight. This Bible is a live organism. It's speaking words that was written over 2,500 years ago. And these words that were spoken 2,500 years ago, is coming to pass right now.
That's right.
And now you people not scoffing and scorning no more. Because what the apostles was telling you 10, 12 years ago, now you starting to see. And now you're getting scared. And now you hold out. And now you don't have nothing to do but other than just listen. But it's too late. Yeah, brother.
Yep, Revelation 19. Right? We're going to get Revelation 19 and 13.
Because this Bible is a live book. This Bible is alive, man. Because it's been written over 2,500 years ago, and all these prophecies are starting to speak. And now you scoffers and scorners have nothing to say about it, man. Because you're scared. Yeah, brother.
That's right. This is Revelation 19. I'm going to start at 12 and I'll read on down. It says, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns.
Somebody Yahweh Shah. His eyes a flame of fire, on his head was many crowns. But when Yahweh Shah come back and crack them skies, he taking down all these nations, man. Quick. Because all these nations, they're going to try to fight up against him. Pursuant to Second Ezra, the 13th chapter, the first verse started with Esau and the rest of and all his confederates. They're going to try to fight against him, but they're going to get fucking slaughtered miserably. They're going to get put down miserably. And the Lord don't want nobody to become tributary. Nah, that's not what it's about. Because the Lord could defeat them, defeat one nation, all these nations get scared and become tributary. Nah. They're going to be so afraid, but yet there's fight. Because the Most High going to put the spirit on these devils and these different nations to come up against him. So he could fuck them up. And destroy them. When you destroy a different nation, what do you do to the people? You put them in slavery. They've been conquered. But if they submit, they come tributary. They keep their land. They submit to you. They keep their land. Nah. Why Yahweh Shah don't want that? He gonna put the spirit on you to fight. So he can fuck you up. So he can put you in slavery. Pursuant to Isaiah, the 24th chapter, the 19th verse. Pursuant to Ezekiel, the 39th chapter, the 14th verse. Said we're not continuing deployment. We're gonna fuck you up. We're gonna work you. We're gonna work you. We're gonna put you on a whole stroll in the goddamn plantation. Get that.
Figuratively speaking.
Figuratively speaking, get that goddamn bitch. Get that money, bitch.
It says, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And I must say, that name written that no man knew but he himself is dealing with rank or authority.
That's right.
All right, because only Yahweh Shai has the rank and authority that he has, man.
That's right. And the Lord's going to give his name to his men.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's
so don't listen to these different groups out there talking shit about we don't know the name. The Lord's going to give his name. And how can we call upon a name of the Lord? We don't have, to be saved if we don't have his name.
When the scriptures prophesy that the Israelites would get the name back.
And call upon the true name of the Most High and remember themselves in the level of their captivity. But so the Baruch chapter 3 verse 8.
That's right, bro.
So come on.
Hey man, a lot of these sellouts, like the Elder Apostle Tahar coined the year, man. This is the year of apostasy, sellouts, all right, and damn agents, man.
That's right. So you gotta watch out who you're dealing with, because you got agents, and there's been cops among us, that told us that they were cops, but they was trying to learn the truth. But we moved from a different location because we tried to avoid that dude. And we didn't give him his location, so he just kind of like, faded away. You know what I'm talking about,
I think I know what you're talking about. The Dominican cat?
Yeah. He was a detective. trying to learn the truth.
He was sketchy, man.
And and the Bishop Sakurai was telling me, yo, you see that guy? Watch out for him, and don't say nothing around him. Keep everything, and then we just moved. We moved around at certain times, and he lost contact with us, and he don't come around no more.
Good. Verse 13.
Good. Goddamn right, it's good. Yeah, bro.
It says, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Most High.
The vesture dipped in blood was all these different nations getting fucked up.
Right, like Isaiah 63 says, yeah. And he was, in the armies which were in heaven, followed him upon white horses.
And them armies are them chariots. And white horses clothed with what?
Clothed with fine linen, white and clean.
That's to my purity.
Yeah.
So we're approaching some times. We're approaching some beautiful times, man.
Yeah, we are. Call on you, how about Shemel Shah?
Call on me, how about Shemel Shah, man? We're approaching some beautiful times, man.
Keep your eyes on them news, man. On that news, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of shit going on in the news, and a lot of people are not taking heed to it because a lot of Negroes.
Yeah, they don't like to watch the news. They say, we know
because it's too depressing.
Yeah,
so they watch the news
this is reality.
They watch the news for sports and the weather. That's it. And local shit was happening in the hood. Other than that, they ain't watching no hood. No news outside of the hood, geopolitics or shit that's happening outside of the hood. They ain't looking for that, man. Only shit that's happening in the hood, the news and shit that's happening, people getting killed. That's all they want to know.
It's going to backfire on their ass, that's for sure.
Of course it is, man.
Because what? The scriptures say, man, they going to be, like you like to quote it all the time, man. Ezra's, them in the last days shall be taken in great number.
Yeah, 2nd Ezra's 5:1.
They gonna be taken by everything that's happening, and they gonna what? They're going in that time, like the scriptures prophesy, they're gonna seek me, but I'm not gonna hear them, man.
The Lord's gonna be not far to be found, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Far to be found.
Yeah, that's right. That's why the scriptures say, "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found." All right, a lot of our people, 2/3 of them, they're not gonna find the Lord. They don't give a damn about the Lord, man. All right, when that judgment comes, though, you're going to see a lot of so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans trying to get down, and they ain't going to be able to. Yahweh Shem Yashai going to destroy their ass.
It's going to reject them. Get the fuck out of here. I never knew you.
That's right.
Get the fuck out of here. You wasn't down when the doors have opened for repentance.
Exactly.
Now you want to get down when I'm shutting the doors of repentance? Get the fuck out of my face.
Perfect point. The grace period you took for granted, man. This is the grace period right now. The grace period is open right now. What are you niggas doing? I'm living my life, nigga. Yeah,
talking
you go
shit.
ahead. You go ahead.
Scoffing and scorning.
You know? This
dumb
is verse 15. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, and that with it he should smite the nations.
And that out of his mouth, so it's talking about them laser beams.
Yeah.
It's not talking about out of the Most High's mouth. It's metaphor, man. It's metaphorically out of his mouth. Them laser beams, he's going to smite the nations, man. He's going to smite the nations, man. You people have not a clue what these scriptures are talking about, man, because you're lost. You're lost. When you go to Isaiah, when you go to 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, the first verse on down goes how the Lord's going to come back and bring terror upon Esau.
I get it. That's right, bro. 2nd Ezra, you want 13:1?
I mean, you can bring out any point you want to bring out because the whole point, it brings out the destruction of Esau, man.
Yeah,
we ain't got to start at the top. We can start.
No, we're gonna get it right here, like in the middle. Because like what it just said, right? Out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, and that with it he should smite the nations.
How you going to smite the nations? With thermonuclear destruction and concentrated fire from them chariots.
That's right. This is it. 2nd Ezra 13 and 5. No, 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice.
Laser beams.
Like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire.
Concentrated fire from them chariots.
That's right. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven.
Esau and the rest of the nations trying to subdue Yahweh Shah coming out of the skies.
Yeah, the great multitude.
That great multitude with their military and all them coming together. Thinking that, oh, we coming together on our military. We're going to fuck this entity up. No. You're going to lose sorely.
That's right.
Because only one chariot can fuck all of you up.
That's right.
But the Lord's going to use it as an example.
You're going to use it. Hey, man. That's it. To subdue the man that came out of the sea.
Who was the man that came out of the sea, the firmament? Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah.
That's right, bro.
Yeah, brother.
But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. That
great mountain that was graven, that Ezra saw, he thought was a mountain, but it was a big-ass chariot that covered the skies. That he thought was a mountain. So you got to understand, son, Ezra is speaking the terms that he saw back then in his time and the technology and the wisdom. So he's speaking of what he saw back then. But he didn't understand what he was seeing. He called it a mountain. But now in our days, starting with the apostles to haul him down, we see that mountain was representing a chariot. And that chariot was, Yahweh Shah was in that chariot. That great big mountain, and the multiple angels followed behind him. Yeah, brother.
But I would have seen the region or the place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not.
Because it was coming out of the skies. It was no region or no place where it was sitting forth. No, it was coming out of the heavens, out of the firmament. Yeah, brother.
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet there's fight.
And we brought this out earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They were so afraid. They saw him come out of the skies, and all these different nations, they came together, but they were so afraid. Now let me say something. Let me say this again. All these different nations that came together to come up against Yahweh Shah and the angels, they were so afraid, but yet they threw his fight because the Most High put the spirit on them. Because the Most High couldn't put a spirit on them that it's fall back, and that all the nations of the earth are tributary unto Yahweh Shah. Fuck that. Yahweh Shah don't want that. Yahweh Shah want the earth and all the crowns and everything. Because it was given to him.
Exactly.
This is his inheritance. And us being joint heirs with us, this is our inheritance. So when Yahweh Shah cracked them skies, bringing death, destruction, and deliverance, everything that was seen under him trembled. But the Most High Yahweh put the spirit on them to fight. Because the Lord didn't want them to become tributary. Because throughout the scriptures, when a nation fell to another nation, they became tributary. But when a nation fought vehemently and tried to, like the Medo-Persian Empire, they wasn't tributary. They got taken over. And that's what the Most High's going to do to America.
Yeah.
And to Esau, Edom, and their power structure. You're going to get fucked up.
And I must say, that's why the scriptures say in Psalms, the 2nd chapter, what it says. I just read it today, did a lesson on it. Why do the heathen rage?
Yeah.
All right? Because when Yahweh Shah returns and they turn on him and and yet there's fight, although they're going to be like scared, you got to think about it. You know, when that time comes, they ain't going to have no choice because they're thinking about the power seat. They want the power seat. They don't want Yahweh Shah to have the power seat. So they want the power seat. So that's what's going to really force them to fight. Because they seen that Esau is pretty much going to be done away with.
And wasted.
They're going to be like, well, we want the power seat now. But no, the power seat belongs to Yahweh Shah. Man.
That's right.
You see?
And he's going to take its power seat. He's going to take it by force. He ain't going to put none of you people in tributary. He ain't going to suffer none of you people to survive. He gonna fuck all you nations. That's why he say
right.
he have a crown, different crowns in his head.
That's right.
Yeah, brother.
This is verse 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
All these different nations, started with Esau, Edom, Moab,
Yeah.
and all the rest of the nations,
Ishmael.
Ishmael, and all the rest of the nations that have military might.
Yeah, Psalms 83.
Yeah, all the nations. They're going to come up against him. They're going to be so afraid, but yet they're going to thirst fight because the Most High they're going to be so afraid. Oh, shit. But the Most High going to put the spirit on them. Fight me.
Right.
Fight me. Who could resist the will of the Most High Yahweh? Why Yahweh Shah? So they're going to be like, you know what? Let's go. You got wicked ass Jakes that's in the Air Force, that's in the military. They're going to be like, let's go. Let's go. Hoo-ha.
Right.
Just to get burnt, fucked up.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath.
That's talking about them chariots.
Yeah,
man.
he's gonna be
them laser beams.
commanding them laser beams to eviscerate your ass.
That's right. See you to powder. Beat you to powder. Yeah, brother.
Man, beautiful, man. It says, where was I at? Salakia. And out of his mouth, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon of a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived.
That's right. Isaiah the 34th chapter, Joel the second and third chapter,
Isaiah 66:15.
Isaiah 15, all coincides with this book right here, man. See, the scriptures link up.
That's right.
The prophets had their own words, how they wrote things, but everything link up. Jeremiah, Isaiah, Esdras, it all links up. And they all saying the same thing. Yep. Zephaniah, but in their own words, but it all links up to the scriptures. Showing you that they had 100% truth and they was all linked together. They had 100% truth. They had 100% truth back then.
That's right.
And we got 100% truth now. Everything is linked up. Collapse. Look at you see this right here? Link up. Everything is linked up. They had 100% truth then, and we got 100% truth now.
That's right, bro. All praises to Yahweh Shem Shah.
Shalom.
But only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
Hey.
Wow. That's a hell of a sight.
That's right. And a lot of the... Yeah, you want to say something, bro?
No. Go ahead.
A lot of the prophets, they was afraid and they got sick. Because what they saw. A lot of prophets back then, like Jeremiah, Obadiah, they all got sick. They was afraid and they got sick. You see, you can be afraid to the point where you get sick. And Esdras, he said, woe is me.
Right.
Who could deliver me for the days to come?
Right.
That was back then, but he saw a future prophecy. But he knew that he was going to be around in the time of these things happening. Esdras is around right now. I don't know who Esdras is.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is, but I know he's around right now. That's why he said, woe is me.
Woe is me. Yeah. That's right. Reincarnation, baby. It's in the scriptures.
That's right.
If you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear.
That's right. Yeah, we're not going to hold you no more. The appointment is made.
God.
America's going to be destroyed and everybody in it. Because America's a great big altar.
That's right.
And there's nothing you can do about that. America is a great big altar. So everything that's happening in America is happening for a reason. is prepping the stage for that great big,
World War.
That's right.
Hey man, we drawing closer and closer to the battle of Armageddon. All right, where the Lord is going to gather all of the armies of the earth, the great multitude, like the scriptures speak about, into the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, because you got right now, according to prophecy, the Euphrates River is being dried up as we speak. All right, and it says the purpose of that, the angel was to let out his vial upon the Euphrates River to make way for the kings of the east. All right, these nations coming together, man. This is the times that we're living in, man.
That's right.
All right,
that's right.
You can close it out.
So with that, we're gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakak, Wadash. And double honors once again to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And with that, Shalom.
Shalom. Bible Bowl.
Bible Bowl.